Hey everyone, welcome to another episode from Ampro Engineering. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is an Atari 2600, and in this episode, we are going to install this audio video plate in the back to accommodate a upgraded composite video out for the Atari. Now, before some of you freak out and say, hey, hang on a second, this is not an RC car. You're right. I can't argue that. However, I just wanted to mention that this channel was never intended to be RC car only. It just kind of happened. And that's really all of your fault. I've had so much fun going over my designs that I've kind of focused on the RC cars. A number of people have reached out to me and said that I have inspired them to create their own designs, and that makes me very, very happy. We are living in a time where things like this absolutely ancient Atari have the ability to get upgraded. I should show you this here. This is the video board that I am installing, and this is by vintagegamingandmore.com. I've installed a couple of these for some friends, as well as on my own. And for this one here, one of my buddies is like, I loved how the composite video outs looked on your Atari, and I don't want to just drill a bunch of random holes on the back of mine and just have these things sticking out because it looks a little bit hack. So from time to time, I will go over some non-RC car related things because Ampro Engineering is more than RC cars. Ampro actually started designing parts for real cars and moved into RC. And it's been a great transition, but we still focus on a lot of things. So for this episode here, we are going to install this little plate on the back of this Atari. So this is going to be pretty simple. Step one, we're going to simply stick this on the back and just line it up roughly where we want it. Mark the 3 holes and drill them out for your composite video. These composite video connectors are designed to bite and bind into these holes here. You can see they have a little lip on their inside. So the hole on the back of the Atari will be significantly larger. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All 3 holes have been marked here at the rear, and of course you want to make sure that your Atari is taken apart before you do this, as you don't want to fill the interior with plastic shreds, and you also don't want to accidentally hit the PCB. So now take your drill and just drill all 3 of these out. I've got all 3 holes drilled here, and if you put the plate directly over it, you're going to see that they're going to line up quite nicely. And inside these, again, this is not going to be used for retention. This is just there so that the ends of these RCA plugs will just stick straight through there. For those of you who aren't too familiar with how Ampro Engineering or even 3D printed parts work, this part has been painted. You can acquire these parts on Shapeways. There is a link at the end of the video as well as in the description. You order the part, Shapeways will then mail it to you after they 3D print it, and you will receive the part in a polished nylon. Now, polished might be a little bit deceiving because it's not going to come out shiny or anything. It's just knocked down any of these top texture on the surface, but you'll have it a little bit textured. You'll then want to paint it. I used a low gloss black because it kind of, in fact, this is a prototype, so the low gloss that you're going to, or the texture that you're going to get is going to match this a little bit nicer. I use a low gloss black, and when that is done, I just picked a red and a white paint pen and just, touch them off. These are all embossed text to help you get a very professional look very, very easily. The kit that I have here has a left and right audio out. However, that is still monaural. It just jumpers the left to the right. And this is very nice if you're going to plug it into your TV. You don't have to use a Y adapter or have the audio just coming out of one side. But some of these kits do offer a single audio out and a video out, and there is another variant of this that's available with 1 audio and 1 video. The next bit here is basically stick it on. 2 options, double-sided tape, or what I recommend is super glue. I would recommend something with low bloom. Bloom is that white fogginess that happens with super glue. If you are going to super glue it, give this area a light scuffing so that there's a lot more to bind to. And you also want to make sure that you paint the back with both the adhesive option as well as the super glue option. The nylon doesn't want to bond very well to adhesive, but the painted surface bonds beautifully. Here I'm using a 3M 200 MP adhesive. The 200 MP is just one of the ones that works really well to bond to, that bonds to plastic, but a number of their adhesives are going to work fine. This is a very, very thin one. I'd hesitate to use one of their thicker tapes because it'll make this thing stick out the back a little bit too much. So I recommend just some super glue, and this will be this will work quite well. I have seen some of these RCA cables, or these plugs, that have a very long threaded body, and I think that would work the best, but I seem to find them kind of hard to locate. The longer threaded body would help you just to screw this directly to the case and snug it up with the composite video connector. I went ahead and used double-sided tape and stuck these on, and as you can see, I've already placed the left, the right, and the video output already on this, and this is because it's going to be a lot harder to screw these in after the fact. I mean, it can be done, but this is a little bit easier in my opinion. Anyway, for the rest of the installation, please refer to your owner's guide of whatever composite video unit that you purchased. And if you are interested, this particular brand here, I'll pull that up here, vintagegamingandmore.com. I've installed about 4 of these, and I think they're absolutely fantastic. I am able to route these directly to my my modern 4K television, and I am able to play Atari on it quite effectively. So thank you all very much. Again, from time to time you will see these non-RC car related videos, as I do like to dabble in many things. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I've got a lot more of this kind of thing coming up very soon. You can also find me on Facebook and Shapeways, as well as Instagram at Ampro Engineering. And by all means, please hang out a little bit longer and check out the band Blue Pinto. They allow me to use all their audio in my videos. And a link to their page is in the end credits, as well as in the description. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time.